Everyone, welcome to Morning Laziness. This is Nilima Kayers, and today we are bringing to you an interview session with Ms. Dr. Candice Setti. Morning Laziness is an online magazine dedicated to women. It showcases various articles, personal life stories, and interview sessions on different matters concerning women. And today our interview, Ms. Candice, happens to be a weight loss therapist as well as the founder of Only Me Only Better. Right, so let us welcome our interviewee. Hello, doctor.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing today?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Right,
Yeah.
So since you're on board with morning laziness, how do you normally begin your morning?
Well, I guess usually with a dog walk, a cup of tea. And I like to set my agenda for the day. I like to kind of set goals for what I want to accomplish each day, whether it's for work or personal. It just kind of helps keep me focused and sets me up to take action and feel good about my day.
That sounds great. So what made you smile today?
I guess I mean, it's always my dog, I think. She's a little sweetheart. She's always happy. And, being around that energy, it just makes you smile. So it's always kind of a nice thing to glance over at her and see her just happy and playing. And it always puts a smile on my face.
Interesting. Now, what are some foods that you would recommend to be consumed for breakfast?
A lot of people in the nutrition world focus on starting the day with protein, which can be very beneficial. But I like to encourage complex carbs in the morning, things like, oatmeal, whole grain toast, even like a Greek yogurt parfait, for a number of reasons. One, complex carbs are loaded with fiber, which can help keep you full all morning and help take care of your gut throughout the day, but also because your insulin levels are highest in the morning. And that means morning is the time of day when your body can best process those carbohydrates. So I think having, ideally complex carbs combined with protein is a wonderful way to start your day.
Absolutely. So will skipping breakfast help in weight loss? What is your opinion about this myth?
Skipping breakfast. There's a lot of research backing the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it helps regulate hormones, helps stave off hunger and, decisions that can stem from that hunger. And it helps keep you regulated and structured. But there's also a lot of research supporting the health benefits of intermittent fasting, which can often include skipping breakfast and engaging in, an extended fast. So I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer here. I think it really comes down to the individual and what suits them. Some people hate to eat in the morning and have been forcing themselves because, they're following the breakfast is the most important meal of the day idea. But for those people, cutting out breakfast just feels right and really works for them. So I encourage people to go with what feels right for their body instead of embracing this idea of things being one size fits all.
Right. Now tell us about Me Only Better. What exactly is this platform all about?
Me Only Better is just the name of my private practice, where I work with individuals one-on-one to help identify and work through cognitive, behavioral, and lifestyle changes to create a healthier relationship with food and basically a healthier outlook overall. So I provide all my services one-on-one online via video. And I also have two fantastic interns that work with me to provide the same services at a reduced fee.
That's great. Well, so what exactly motivated you to take this particular career path of being a weight loss therapist?
Honestly, it was really fueled by my own disordered eating and my own struggles with weight loss and diet dependence. And through my process of overcoming that, I realized I wanted to help others accomplish the same thing in the same way. And so I felt like I had unique insight having gone through it myself and overcome it.
Right. Now, how do you hope to guide a woman in her late 30s about weight loss? What are some essential guidelines you would perhaps like to recommend?
Well, again, I don't believe in anything one size fits all, But I would first want to help her identify her obstacles, her roadblocks, where her thinking may be standing in her way, how she may be self-sabotaging, how her behavioral patterns may be setting her up for failure or for chronic yo-yoing. And once we've been able to identify those issues, the next step is creating sustainable change around those roadblocks. So, change that is usually small, but very impactful. And that could include things like developing mindful eating skills. It could be creating more structure. It could be changing behaviors at certain times of day, but really it's specific to the individual and where their roadblocks may be.
Right. Now, talking about yo-yo, share with us a mini synopsis of the book, Shatter the Yoyo.
My book, Shatter the Yoyo, the subtitle, it's called The Definitive Guide to Losing Weight and Gaining Self-Control While Ending Your Dependence on Diet. So that's really what it is. It's a step-by-step guidebook to help people identify their motivation, to reassess their behavior, and to learn how to manage their weight without dieting anymore. And it just kind of guides them through that whole process.
Right. Now, doctor, how important do you think is sleep during weight loss?
Oh my gosh, sleep is so important. Good sleep is a critical component to any healthy weight loss plan. So much so that I actually became a certified insomnia treatment clinician because it was so important in the work that I was doing with my clients. Because poor quality sleep or not sleeping enough can wreak havoc on our hormones and ultimately slow down our thyroid, mess with the hormones that make us feel hungry when we're not, and increase our stress hormone, cortisol, which often signals the body to slow down its metabolism and increase fat storage. All things that really work against you when you're trying to lose weight. So good sleep is vital to a healthy weight management plan.
Right, that was quite informative. Now, how to tackle insomnia?
Insomnia, there's a lot of different aspects to addressing insomnia, and a lot of it has to do with our thinking around sleep, but this is very individual from person to person. So from a universal standpoint, consistency is really key when it comes to improving sleep. So that means having a regular sleep schedule and sticking to it as much as possible, even on the weekends. Your body thrives on routine, right? So when you're consistent with a sleep schedule, your body learns when to get sleepy and when to wake up. It can also be very helpful to create a sleep environment that's conducive to sleep. That means, having a bed that's super comfortable, that you're excited to get in and get real comfy in. A room that is like as dark as possible, or the use of an eye mask to block out light. And a room that is quiet or free of disruptive noises. If not, the use of a white noise machine can be really helpful to create kind of consistent, non-disruptive noise in the background.
Right. Now, what are your favorite hobbies?
My favorite hobbies?
Right.
Well, again, I'm going to go back to my dog, so silly, but I love walking my dog because it provides, a nice break in the day. It gets me out of my space, away from my computer, gets me fresh air, gets me moving. But I'm also very social, and I love to be with friends. I love to hang out with people. I love to talk. I love to share. I love to connect. So I don't know if you could call that a hobby, but just being social is something I like to do with my free time.
Right. And then I also see some cute pots of succulents on your background. Do you enjoy gardening as well?
I'm not great at it. I'll say I enjoy it. I'm getting better at it. I used to joke that I had a black thumb because I would kill everything I tried, but I'm getting a lot better at it. And I've had, several plants that have survived with me several years now. So I'm enjoying it more and more as I get better and better at it.
That's great. Well, now tell us about Behave Away Obesity.
Behave Away Obesity, I'm really excited about this one. It's my newest program online, and it's an amazing way to prevent or reverse obesity through simple behavioral changes. So it basically consists of a 7-week journey of video modules that walk you through, really easy to implement behavioral changes that you can make to take control of your body and, like I said, behave away obesity.
Right. Now, what are some tips that you would like to share with teens about having a good relationship or maintaining one with food?
I think for anyone looking to have a healthier relationship with food, teens or adults, frankly, a great place to start is mindfulness. Most of us eat so quickly and so mindlessly, with some sort of screen in front of us always, a phone, a tablet, a TV, a computer. So we're never truly present with our food. And as a result, we don't get to savor and appreciate that food. And we don't achieve the satiety in our body, that pleasant feeling of fullness that comes from savoring and appreciating our food. So putting that screen away and taking the time to just be present and mindful with your meal can be key to developing a healthier relationship with food overall.
Right. Now, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Where do I see myself? Well, hopefully travel a lot more than I have in the last 2 years, where I didn't get to travel very much. But I love, taking the time off to go to other countries and explore other cultures. I live part-time in Hawaii. I'm in San Diego and I live part-time in Hawaii as well. So hopefully spending more time back and forth there. But I see myself staying on a lot of the same course because I love what I do. I love working with people. I love helping people. So I imagine hopefully a lot more of the same.
That sounds great. Now, lastly, what do you think this world needs the most?
What does this world need the most? My mind immediately went to empathy and compassion. We are often, individually and as a society, so quick to judgment, and we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to see things through other people's eyes and understand that their struggles may be different than ours. And I think if we allowed just a little more space for compassion and stepped away from our quick judgments, we could create so much more space for people to share and connect and even, feel safe to work on themselves without fear of judgment from others. So I think empathy and compassion are probably critical. I mean, I'm sure the list is long of things we need, but that's kind of what jumped into my head.
Right, and that's very true. There's a saying that each and every person you meet has got different story to say, and before you judge them or jump into a collision, you need to be patiently understand what that person is going through and try to see things standing in their shoes. So on that beautiful
I wish
note,
everybody did that.
right, that's so true. And so on that beautiful note, we have come to the end of this interview session. Thank you so much for joining us today, Doctor. I had a great time talking to you, and thank you, audience.
Thank you so much for having me.